I first became involved in the Arts Festival in 1984, I think it was. So I worked at 245 South Allen and my family's insurance agency. The building's since been demolished and been replaced by the municipal building. But the Arts Festival took place right outside on South Allen Street, and so it sort of changed our work week because driving was a little hazardous. And I thought it would be a great idea to meet some people since I was a newly returned college graduate. I'd gone away to school, and so my friends had moved away and sort of thing. I wanted to meet some new people, so I volunteered with my fellow JCs to pick up the trash that year. And it was quite interesting. I actually had a client stop me on the street with my trash bag and tell me that I shouldn't be doing that, that they should pay somebody to do that. And this was before I was astonished, to say the least. And that was my first involvement with the festival. I stayed with the trash crew for a few years, and then the woman across the hall at the office who worked at the accountant said, "Oh, you should volunteer with the ambassador committee. There's no trash to pick up." I'm like, "Hey, that sounds good." And so I moved over to the ambassador committee, which is really sort of an artist liaison program. We help artists with problems if they have a parking ticket or need to go to the hospital or that sort of thing. And I did that for a few years, and I gradually, worked my way to the top. And then I had a Eureka Moment, and I decided I didn't like selling insurance for a living anymore. So without a plan, I sold my insurance agency and figured, well, I could always flip burgers, even though I've actually never flipped a burger in my life. I've worked in a Unimart, but I've never worked fast food. And so I didn't have a job, and I was, I would say I was talking to some people and doing some writing and, looking around. And then one festival staff member left, and it was the job I'd been sort of doing as a volunteer. They hired me, and then a few years later, the director, he decided he wanted to move on, and they did a search, and they picked me, and here I am, the big kahuna. So I really did start out at the bottom. And I still make it a point to pick up trash. So, you got to remember your roots, and, you put on that trash crew t-shirt, people love you. They come out and hug you and, oh my God, this is the greatest thing. It's quite the opposite reaction from that woman in 1984 who told me you shouldn't be doing that,